Oleksandr Usyk recently declared he was prepared to end Jake Paul and issued a challenge to fight. Yes, Usyk is joining the millions of people who have had enough of Jake Paul's loud mouth and unpredictable mood swings. Since Jake canceled his fight with Mike Tyson, he has become the target of every rational person on the planet. Now that Usyk has defeated Tyson Fury, he is looking for another big name to take down. And who could be better than Jake Paul? The problem is that Jake is a heavyweight champion, so it seems like this is repeating itself, but this time Jake isn't begs for a fight, rather. He is running from it.
I'm very feel. I am too.
Furthermore, Usyk is not a novice who entered the ring by accident. Rather, he rose from the impoverished streets of individuals seeking recognition. For Usyk, it was more akin to having to climb Everest with a rucksack full of boulders than a nice elevator journey. He put in a lot of effort to advance through the ranks, consistently demonstrating his worth. His entire career is essentially a compilation of blood, sweat, and unadulterated talent. His resume includes Olympic gold and undisputed cruiserweight championship. In fact, it exceeds Jake Paul's YouTube subscriber count. Perhaps not for that long, but you get the idea. Let's now discuss experience as youth. Usyk has spent the last 11 years honing his boxing techniques against some of the world's top competitors. He has gained more and more treasure by facing real champions. Jake Paul comes along after a great deal of experience, although he has fought in a few battles. Comparing his career to Usyk is akin to comparing the Atlantic Ocean to a baby pool. Along with other YouTubers, a former NBA player, and a few real fighters, Jake faced off against them. Conversely, Usyk has defeated legends. Their experiences differ by a vast margin. Recall the entire Mike Tyson narrative. Usyk could see the catastrophe coming a mile away. He was among the few that said, "Jake, guy, don't do it, no matter what. Tyson is going to devour you." But Jake didn't listen. He was just Jake. He presumably believed he could handle this. "I faced harder opponents." All right, stop laughing now. And as you are aware, all of this was made clear by Usyk's most recent fight. Yes, the Tyson Fury versus Usyk fight. This wasn't just any fight, though. It was a clash of titans, one that sent shockwaves through the boxing community. The big stage was set in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, on May 18, 2024. Fans were glued to their seats, anticipating the possibility of witnessing history being made in the lives of Usyk and Fury. With the burden of their individual histories on their shoulders, Fury entered the ring. The Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, stood tall at 619 and had a perfect record, making opponents second-guess their decision to face him. Oleksandr Usyk, the relentless warrior from Ukraine, on the other hand, was 63 years old and had an impressive resume. From the first bell on, the tension was so intense that you could cut it with a knife. This was obviously going to be an attrition-based battle. Fury circled the ring while flaunting his unconventional technique and deceiving agility. The tactician was always there to dominate, not merely to show up and land jabs with perfect accuracy. Their blows reverberated around the arena as they traded rounds after rounds. Usyk used cutting-edge combinations. He moves with flawless technique and is never still. Goal. Every round of the bout took both men to their absolute limitations. The reach of Fury, though it was clear who had the advantage. Usyk's constant pressure and body blows were wearing down the opponent. The crowd was roaring with every punch due to the EB and match flow, which was a credit to the fighter's skill and stamina. It was obvious by the time the final bell rung that this fight would go down in boxing history. The judges' scorecards were read, and a divided verdict was reached. Usyk received scores of 115-113, 114-114, and 115-113 in that order. It was done. Tyson Fury had been vanquished by Oleksandr Usyk. This victory, which united the world heavyweight belts of the WBC, WBO, WBA, and IBF, was significant for boxing overall as well as for Usyk. He had solidified his reputation as one of the finest fighters of his generation by demonstrating once more that he was a force to be reckoned with. Usyk was at the top of the boxing world, titles firmly in his grip, but a boxer of his level doesn't sit back and take it easy. After the battle, I witnessed Usyk eager for fresh challenges. He wasn't satisfied with simply owning the belts. He wanted to keep showcasing his might and challenge everyone who dared to enter the ring with him. The juicy part comes next. Oleksandr Usyk recently declared he was prepared to end JakePaul and issued a challenge to fight. Yes, Usyk is joining the millions of people who have had enough of JakePaul's loud mouth and unpredictable mood swings. Since Jake canceled his fight with Mike Tyson, he has become the target of every rational person on the planet. Now that Usyk has defeated Tyson Fury, he is looking for another big name to take down. And who could be better than JakePaul? The problem is that Jake is a heavyweight champion, so it seems like this is repeating itself, but this time Jake isn't begs for a fight. Rather, he is running from it. Clips. Even while the parties and awards were being given, Usyk's eyes were already searching the horizon for his next major task. Let us introduce JakePaul, the former YouTube sensation who became a boxer and caused quite a stir with his unconventional ascent in the sport. Usyk regarded this as a chance to not only engage in combat, but also to make a statement. Usyk made an audacious and surprising call out to JakePaul. "You like fighting older opponents," he continued, staring directly into the cameras. "How about me?" JakePaul wasn't just being challenged to a fight by Usyk. He was being dared to enter the ring with a real champion. This bold call-out caused a stir in the boxing community. Usyk's challenge was a brilliant move that combined the attraction of a David versus Goliath story with the glamour of a big-budget bout. JakePaul is well known for his loudmouthing and brazen demeanor. Unexpectedly, Antics was targeted by one of the most formidable fighters in the industry. Jake was forced to respond to the challenge as it required one. Usyk's post-victory celebrations continued, and the boxing community couldn't stop discussing the possible battle royale. There were all the signs of a big event in the matchup between the seasoned champion and the newbie to brash. More than just a fight offer, Usyk's challenge to JakePaul was an invitation to legitimacy, an opportunity for Jake to demonstrate that he was more than just a publicity stunt. Why is there currently no radio silence when Jake is usually the first to respond to any provocation, screaming forth insults and vows of superiority faster than you can click the subscribe button? However, after Usyk challenged Jake, he has remained mute. No dramatic YouTube videos, no Instagram